The dining hall is silent. Every executive at the long polished table stares at the old woman in a cleaner's uniform. Her trembling hands clutch the tray of water she just spilled across the CEO's most important investor. Who let this useless woman in here? The manager snaps, his voice echoing across the room. The old woman bows her head, apologizing softly, while two security guards step forward. And then, the shah seated at the far end slowly rises. His gaze is fixed not on the investor a broken bar but on his own mother. 3 days earlier, CEO Adrian Blake was tired of hearing how kind his employees acted when he was present. He suspected the truth was very different behind his back. That night, he hatched a plan. He asked his mother, a retired teacher who had raised him alone in poverty, to pose as a cleaner in his company. She resisted at first, but Adrian convinced her. "Mom, I need to know if they treat people with respect, a broken bar, or just with power." The next morning, she arrived at the towering glass building wearing a borrowed cleaner's uniform, her hair tucked under a cap, her hands carrying a mop bucket. No one recognized her. At first, the office staff ignored her. She mopped floors while executives walked past without a word. A few junior employees whispered cruel jokes. But things turned darker when she entered the executive boardroom. The manager in charge of the meeting ordered her to serve water, as something she had never done before. Nervous, she carried the tray, her hands unsteady. That was the moment she spilled it. The manager sneers. Pathetic. Fire her immediately. The investor wipes his sleeve in disgust. Laughter ripples around the table. Anlina, the CEO, slams his hand on the table. The room falls silent. Adrian walks to the trembling cleaner, gently taking the tray from her hands. His eyes soften. "Do you know who this woman is?" he asks. His voice calm but razor sharp. No one answers. "This is my mother. The woman who cleaned houses so I could go to school. The woman who gave up everything so I could stand here today." Gasps echo around the room. The manager's face drains of color. The investor stares, stunned. Adrian continues, "You treated her with cruelty because you thought she was powerless. If this is how you treat the least among us, then you don't deserve to sit at this table." He turns to his mother, placing his arm around her shoulders. "You'll never clean another floor in your life, Mom. Not while I'm here." By the end of the week, several arrogant executives were gone. In their place, Adrian promoted employees who had quietly helped his mother, or those who had offered her a chair, a kind word, or even just respect. The company changed. The culture shifted. And on her way out of the building for the last time, Adrian's mother smiled through tears. "You passed the real test, son," she whispered.